Oh, okay. There we are. Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SC Foundation, and welcome to another Field Mission with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation and Head Containment Specialist. And as I have done for the last nearly 9 months and counting, the streak remains strong daily. Damn it. I am here to answer your burning questions about the inner workings of this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. I'm currently waiting for, finally, they meet up with local Mobile Task Force 237 Lathe, codename Green Thumbs. Of course, they want to meet in the wood. It's like their thing or something. So, I'm waiting to brief with them, and once that rendezvous takes place, I will let you guys go. In the meantime, I can answer a couple questions, but before we begin, let me start with some housekeeping. Dr. Vincent Wren, thank you for your first Containment Hazard Assessment Team message. You are the first chatter today. Most punctual. Good work. Alongside you, Oswald the Scarlet King, Dr. Golden, Senior Researcher Alex, Spawn, Silent Follower, Amber, Legendary Doge, 369 Destroyer. Who else? Aoki. Everyone who I just named, thank you for being punctual. And thank you for being members of Site 42 as well. We appreciate your membership and your service. Last but not least, Junior Researcher Sally, Dr. Val, Alonzo the Blue, SCP-1245, and CDAC. Thank you for being punctual to being here in today's stream, and thank you for being here just for being you today. I was screaming train your live stream in 2024 that video. Hey, listen, it screamed once, it's canon now, so we've still got more making it scream to do, but at least we got it once. That is a good upgrade to the scenario. Now, furthermore, remember, when I am in the field, any donations that are under $5, I need to go through a secret menu in YouTube to see them, so they don't pop up automatically. Ko-Fis, I can't see them. I can't look up SCP documents right now. So keep that in mind while we are Q&Aing. Oh, also, I'm sorry to say, while we were busy boarding up the tunnel from the UK to France, that way the Markiplier Horde could not get from the UK to the European mainland, somehow some marks have ended up in Australia. No idea how they got there, but yes, the Markipliers are spreading. We are doing our best. Containment team is on it while I'm out in the field. Yeah, everyone's asking how. I would love to know how. If you are currently stationed in Germany, that's not bad, intern Lucas, because I could use you at making sure they don't breach Germany. So keep an eye on them. How long is the break, Dr. Sherman, and what's happening? Intern Nithis, We are going to be here for about 30 to 45 minutes today. What are the top 3 strongest SCPs in your opinion? That's easy, intern Arctor. The strongest SCPs are in order, in no particular order, because they're all about the same tier. SCP-3812, because it can ascend narrative levels, which means it could delete the wiki, so it could delete any anomaly. And then it could go to the higher narrative level above that and delete that reality. So 3812, narrative level jumping, way overpowered. Furthermore, SCP-6101 is... its description starts literally with the line, SCP-6101 is the strongest SCP. So, there's that. That's easy. And then SCP-777-J, codename Darkblade, is also the strongest SCP. Those are the top 3. Aflac, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some hissing water on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, Un-London has breached London. I repeat, Un-London has breached London. Send any available mobile task forces. How are we going to have to deal with that at the same time as the Markipliers? The Markipliers are still in the UK. We got to clean those up. And now you're telling me that we have to deal with Un-London? What are they doing? Are they helping? Are they coming out to stop the Markipliers? Maybe this isn't a bad thing. Maybe we can team up on this. Bro is in the woods. Well, yes, intern Clough. If I'm going to meet local Mobile Task Force 237 Lathe, codename Green Thumbs, you're obviously going to meet them in the woods. It's just kind of their thing. I warned you about the no-clipping abilities of SCP Markiplier. They only need to wait for the Amy entity, SCP-11325, to remind them due to the lower mental faculties than the original. Too many Markiplier anomalies. Too many. We should have nipped this in the bud when we had the chance. I'm not going to have a Broken Veil scenario due to Markiplier. So we need to clean it up. That's all I'm saying. Dr. Sherman, do you think the gender swapping stone could be weaponized? You have an idea of what I'm using it for, I believe. On one hand, it is extremely painful. Just extremely painful in the first place. Every nerve on your body is basically set on fire when you touch SCP-113, the gender switching stone. However, you do want to be worried if you are doing that kind of thing as a torture method, that you don't fall into any trap of misogyny or misandry or transphobia when dealing with using the gender switching stone as a weapon. You wouldn't want to go down that route unless you're careful about it. Now, knowing what you're doing and how that would bother that misogynist bastard, that could be a way to do it. You just want to watch out that you don't trip any wires. How many famous people are anomalies? How many famous people aren't anomalies at that point? So, intern Jens, first of all, if you look up the SCP codenamed White People, that puts a lot of the American political class into the realm of being anomalies. Trying to think. Jim Davis of Garfield creator fame is constantly tortured by an anomaly and might be anomalous in and of itself if that is why the anomaly keeps torturing Jim Davis. So that could be part of it, but we're not sure. Obviously, we know about George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin from codename Poor Richard. I mean, we all know about Benjamin Franklin's magical wish-granting penis from that article, so the codename Poor Richard SCP is the one you're looking for there. Checking the chat if you guys know of any SCP celebrity anomalies too. Driftspawn, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Chicken Cherry Cola on your way past the commissary. SCP-RP, I'm done with Dr. Cliff. He's trying to turn Donald Trump into an SCP just for laughs and orange jokes. This isn't science, it's ego. Should I report this to the O5 and fuck my life? So, researcher Driftspawn, my question for you is, are you talking about SCP-5004, where the President of the United States is already anomalous, but as a containment procedure for another anomaly? Or is this a different Dr. Clef and Donald Trump interaction that I'm unfamiliar with? Either way, the way this has gone for us is disastrous, and hashtag Clef for president. Isn't there an SCP that is a TV, but it's John F. Kennedy? Intern Marston, I am not familiar with that one, but I wouldn't be shocked. Dr. Sherman, I'm stationed all throughout Southeast Asia. Are the Markipliers coming? No, we're not letting them into Asia. We've already lost the continental United States and Canada and Guam, for those of you Guam heads out there. We also are now in the process of losing the UK as well as Australia. So we got to keep them out of Asia, man. We gotta have a win somewhere, right? I remember you from your mall mission. Well, Intern Titan, glad to join you again. Or glad you could join us again. That mall mission was, woof, that was sure something. Would Springtrap be considered anomalous? Yes, basically, obviously, the animatronic in and of itself is not anomalous, but once William Afton is killed and resurrected within it, yes, that is quite anomalous. So, I found the exit to 3008. Well, Intern Damon, if you want to get out of there, now's your chance. It is a very rare occurrence to be able to find the exit. And so if you have it in eyesight, don't take your eyes off it or it'll disappear again. You can escape. Congratulations, you live. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I'm glad to inform you that the Transdimensional Studies Division has concocted a fully functioning escape plan if we need that. That's fantastic news. It is good to know we have a backup escape route in case we cannot clarify this invasionary Markiplier scenario. I wonder, does he actually work at an SCP site? Intern Smith, the title of the channel is Site 42 because I work at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. That is lore right there. Lore. Tell me what happens if SCP-447 touches dead bodies. Dr. Clef, you know we can't talk about that in front of the interns, okay? Besides, you know, I think you wrote that document. What are you talking about? Did you get into the amnestics again? Go to medical, get some amnestics, clean it up. Let the marks get to Australia, let them fight the emus. It'll leave us time to recontain them. Oh, the Great Emu Markiplier War has already begun. And it is, ooh, that is a scenario over there. Intern Unknown, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Sherman, should we slow the wildlife living in Australia to assist in holding the marks down? Well, I don't know how slowing them down would help, but whatever we can do to slow down the Markipliers, yes, let us stop the horde of Markiplier clones by any means necessary. Dr. Sherman, how do you feel about the Federal Bureau of Control? Intern Jesse, the FBC is a fairly competent group, although definitely not competent enough to not get taken over by the Hiss, so I look forward to seeing the sequel if they have improved. By the way, slight tangent, while I've been interacting with multiple members of the Tampa, Florida community during this travel, I interacted with a teacher whose students follow Site 42. If that's you, you know who you are. And the teacher informed me that the fans of me are spinning pens in class, which is way better than throwing paper airplanes or doing anything destructive. So good. Site 42 team, build good habits, be good community members. Excellent. Site 42 fans, don't miss. Also, spinning pens are cool. Can we get a pen spinning tutorial now? Intern Lucas, I would love to, but I don't think I have a pen on me. I am in a rental, and I don't believe I am currently in possession of a pen. Maybe there's one in here? Do you have a pen for me? Looks like the answer is no. All right, well, I've got this little travel mouthwash that I can spin. So, here we go. So, you put it between your fingers so you can wiggle it side to side. Then, you catch it in the next finger and roll it over. Catch it in the next finger, roll it over. You can do it on top as well. Bottom, bottom, top, top. Bottom, bottom, top, top. Didn't think I could spin mouthwash. Turns out I can spin mouthwash. Oh yeah. And so you practice over, over, under, and you spin. You do it with both hands. You reverse it so you can go both directions. And that is how you spin pen. Or mouthwash. Or celery. If you're eating chicken wings, you can spin the celery. Also, mozzarella sticks can be spun. Which anomaly is most likely to cause a broken veil scenario from memory? Well, intern Twin, right now it's the Markiplier clones. They are breaching everywhere. They are causing a very large containment hazard. So we might be broken masquerade sooner than later thanks to that. Oswald the Scarlet King, I am very curious as to your interest in my pants, but they are very nice, yes. Very fashion. Also, Markiplier came to me earlier and asked me to send them someplace. Where did they go? Well, where did you send it? Where did you send it? Where did it go? Where did you send it? Scarlet King, yo? Do you think that the doors of SCP appear if you blink, or do you need to stop looking at it for a few seconds for the doors to disappear? The dock isn't very helpful. That is a good question. I believe that the actual scenario is that it's if you leave line of sight. So you have to actually go around a corner, if I'm remembering correctly. It's not just turning your back on it. It is going out of arm's reach, so to speak. But again, I don't have the document on hand, so that's just my guess. Dr. Sherman, I have a question about my SCP. Can the ethics committee itself look over an SCP? Like if one of its abilities is literally against what the ethics committee is for? I'm not sure I understand your phrasing here. Now, first of all, the ethics committee is not typically in charge of anomalies in general, but there's an exception to every rule. There might be a reason why the ethics committee specifically has to investigate this anomaly, so you can find a way to do that. It could have something to do with anomalous HR paperwork that the ethics committee has to keep sorting out and containing somehow. That could be part of it. Now, the second half is where I'm really confused. Like, if one of its abilities is literally against what the ethics committee is for, how would an anomalous ability be outside of the ethics committee's purview of making sure that the Foundation acts ethically? Whether that be in taking care of anomalies and containment, whether it be research protocols, interactions with the public or other groups. How would an anomaly affect the ethics committee in that way? Drift Spawn, thank you for donating again to say, this is from the 05, rule number 688,675. Dr. Clef is not allowed to claim he is the only normal person here while carrying 3 concealed firearms, a banjo, and holy water. Oh, has he switched from ukuleles to banjos now? That's a bad sign. If you hear any Deliverance-style squealing, run. Pesterbot has broken out of containment. Who was on guard because the incompetence on display is an anomaly in and of itself? How did Pesterbot break out of anything? Pesterbot lost a fight to a split-leaf philodendron, which is a houseplant. How? How? Tell me how it broke out. I want to see the footage of this. You have to be wildly incompetent to have Pesterbot breach containment on your watch. Affleck, thank you for donating again to say, Dr. Sherman, a mysterious battleship is pulling into the port of, why am I hearing Andrew WK? That's a great question. I'm unfamiliar with any battleship blaring Andrew WK, but I am very interested. Sounds like a cool party boat. Maybe we can commandeer that anomaly for a staycation after we get done with this field mission. Is every decently large corporation an anomaly? Intern Lucas, I know it seems that way because every time something's an anomaly, it makes everything else anomalous, but most things are normal. Most things in the world are normal. There is still more normal than abnormal. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here cataloging the abnormal because there would then be normal. So, how many times have I said normal? Is there an SCP who creates other SCPs? Intern Arctor, think about it. Dr. Wondertainment is making anomalous toys. Anderson Robotics makes anomalous robots. Now, Anderson Robotics as a company, I don't know how many of their staff are actually anomalous as opposed to just making anomalies. Dr. Wondertainment, we know, is anomalous and makes anomalies. Prometheus Labs, probably the same as Anderson Robotics. Dado, the parapharmacologist. I do not know if Dado is anomalous in some way besides making anomalous medicines. We need to catch the guy first. Are you really in a forest? Well, trees. So, trees. It's nice that I'm getting reception, actually. Is there an SCP that's about gambling? Intern Gaming, you might want to look into the anomalous area known as Under Vegas. Under Vegas probably has a lot of gambling. Also, there was the SCP-7000 contest, which was themed around luck. And so if you go there to the contest page, a bunch of the SCPs that were written for the 7000 contest are probably luck related. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a ice cool glass of melonade on your way past the commissary. You got a ginger SCP, like human with orange hair. I feel like SCP-423, codename Fred, is often depicted as a ginger. The protagonist of the tale Ignorance is Bliss is a redhead, and I know that because I wrote the character. But that's not an anomaly, that is just a Foundation agent. I thought Fred was blonde. I mean, Fred changes depending on what book it is in anyways, so I'm sure there can be edits. I can't think of any redheaded anomalies off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are some. Rose Lady, thank you for your 1-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. Where are we? Where's the coffee? The snacks? Well, I'm out in the woods right now, which is why I have brought a beverage with me. I'm going to be here for a minute waiting for the green thumbs. And by the by, the green thumbs look to be about 15 minutes out, so stream is ending in about 15 minutes. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again to say, I'm curious because I want new ways to make fun of joke with a ginger friend of mine. Oh man, you gotta be careful. If you're following South Park rules, then that person will take your soul. Very dangerous. Don't want to be in that universe. That's a bad one. Well, most things that happen in that universe are actually pretty bad. I don't want to be there in the first place. Dr. Vincent, thank you for your 2-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. I hope you know how important you are to us all. Oh, you're being nice. Well, thank you, Dr. Vincent Wren. I am glad I can bring some joy to the greater SCP Foundation community, bring people in. Art brings people together, makes people happy, live better lives. We're doing a good thing here, people. I appreciate you guys too. Rose Lady, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a big old handful of marshmallows on your way past the commissary. That's the last time I nap in a strange trunk. It's not a great place to nap, although it does feel kind of cozy sometimes. I mean, the wrong kidnapping, at least the respite is you sleep in the trunk a little bit. As long as you got a way out. You got to do that kicking out the corner so you can push the tail lights out so you can signal with your hands. Oswald the Scarlet King, thank you for your 1-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. Markiplier convinced me to multiply him again. The multiplication rate of the Markipliers is already too much. Why would you increase it? What are you doing? Stop! Could Pesterbot beat a frog in a wizard hat? Complete hypothetical. Dr. Frogman, Pesterbot can't beat shit. No, a frog in a wizard hat would land on Pesterbot's head, and with its tiny little arms it could not reach, and it would try so hard that it would unbalance and fall over. It would be screaming the whole time, "Get off me, you wretched wizard frog!" So the Markipliers entered my house and I managed to neutralize 7 of them. Hey, intern Damon, that's great. If you can get more of them, would be nice. We need to clean that mess up pronto. Dr. Sherman, why does it sound like you have experience on what happened? Who is in your trunk? No. No one's in my trunk. I was the one in the trunk. I have also put people in my trunk, though. We're the Foundation. We have to keep secrets. Sometimes that means tossing someone in a trunk, okay? Come on now. Don't be a prude. What's a little kidnapping between keeping the anomalies at bay? Dr. Golden, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Wafa Thin Mint on your way past the commissary. Can we legally revive the Portuguese Empire? Good to be honest, I have no idea about the legal intricacies regarding the Portuguese Empire. You're going to have to look into the Foundation's database to see if we have any rules about that. That is up to you. I can't check the database to see if we have any procedures for that. Oswald the Scarlet King and SCP-049, you are both correct. The likes are currently at 100, and the viewers are currently at 92, which means we have more likes than viewers, which means the YouTube algorithm is going to bring us more SCP fans who didn't know we exist. We're going to save them from the AI slopification of YouTube Shorts by bringing real art made by human beings to the people. Pesterbot. Just the other day, because the Pesterbot video, the author of the Pesterbot versus SCP-682 tale complimented our reading of that article, which was very nice of them. And also, if you have not read The Dragon and the Pesterbot, or if you have not listened to it here on the channel, we have a Pesterbot playlist because there are 2 or 3 Pesterbot tales on this channel. So please enjoy SCP-1370, codename Pesterbot, as well as various stories here on the database, on the Site-42 database. Either way, thank you guys for hitting that like button so the algorithm brings us more people that we can turn into SCP fans if they're not, or keep them around Site-42 so we can support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. Thank you, Mobile Task Force Site-42. I can't seem to find the Pesterbot playlist. I mean, it's going to be really far down. I haven't read a Pesterbot story for the channel in years. But if there's a way to go to a channel's playlists and then alphabetize them, that would be the way that I think you would find it the fastest. Isn't there a version of Pesterbot that's actually killed people? If there is 953, I don't know about it. Now, there is another toy robot. I don't remember its name, but it does have much more capable weaponry. So that one is competent, but Pesterbot is not. Alki, Pesterbot is SCP-1370. Pesterbot is a robot about the size of your head. It is a toy robot, and it waddles around screaming how it's going to destroy everything in the world, and it is the mightiest, most violent slayer of all, but it is completely harmless and hilarious. Victory Friday. Did I miss Victory Friday this Friday? Did I film Victory Friday? Oh no. I might have gotten tricked by my schedule and forgotten the Victory Friday. Darn. Well, failure is not the end of the world. There will be more Victory Fridays. I found the playlist for Pesterbot. Good work, Chesta Factory. Good work. Dr. Sherman, the Asian blockade has been broken. Markipliers are in Kazakhstan. No way. No. Containment would have sent me a message about this. I only just saw the Australia debacle. You cannot tell me that the Asian blockade fell that quickly. I think it was a version from an SCP-5000 timeline, a version of Pesterbot that has a bigger body and can shoot lasers, I think. Someone go to the SCP-5000 document, Control F for Pesterbot, and see if that's accurate, because that would be so funny. It's been so long since I last read 5000, so that would be very funny. Dr. Sherman, how do you feel about Mr. Mixelplate? Any anomaly that's going to cause problems around the general populace, thereby revealing the anomalous to the world, is a problem in my book. That includes that little imp bastard. Can Pesterbot beat a really slow fly? Well, intern Pink and Blue, the problem is that Pesterbot is a failure in all things. Pesterbot would be chasing this very slow fly around, but the fly would still be able to fly higher than Pesterbot could reach, and it would complain, and it would reach up to the sky. Get down here. I will squishify you. You are nothing beneath my boot once you get on the ground. And then it would fall over, and everyone would laugh. Dr. Sherman, Pesterbot is in 5000. I love that. Is it somehow giant and with lasers? Because then the question is, how? What did we do to make Pesterbot actually competent? What if the brain rot on the internet is produced by an SCP? Well, intern chill. If it is anomalous, we try to get rid of it, obviously. Now, sometimes brain rot is just normal humanity. Nothing we can do about that. That's normalcy, baby. But if you look at groups like Gamers Against Weed, they do a lot of anomalous brain rot memes that cause cognitive hazards and issues. So you got to watch out for that. So does Something the Future. I forget their name. ATF. ATF is the group of interest related to SCP Ooh, what's this? Which I believe is 3302. Accelerate the Future. That's what they're called. Dr. Sherman, Pesterbot is mentioned in SCP-5000 as a throwaway gag, mentioning that it's on TV and everyone laughed at it. And everyone laughed at it. Love you, Pesterbot. You are, if nothing, consistent. Pesterbot is the and everyone clapped, but instead it's and everyone laughed. Just Girly Things does have a lot of memetic. It's not so much brain rot, but it is anomalous media, intern some person. At least to my knowledge. Drift Spawn. Thank you for donating again to say, Dr. Cliff sent Roblox scam emails to the Church of the Broken God and the Chaos Insurgency, trying to start a war with the Ethics Committee. He said the war began because they won't let him have fun. I just need to clarify again. Is this Dr. CLEF? Do you mean Clef? Or do you mean Dr. Cliff? Because this Cliff guy sounds like a handful in and of himself. I heard something called SCP-996, and I'm kind of sleepy, but I can't fall asleep. What do I do? Well, intern Tarantula, unless you can find an anomalous means of resting and recovering since you are no longer capable of sleep, I think you are going to die of exhaustion. I am sorry to say. Get to medical. Maybe they can do something for you. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Sorry for being late to the stream. Hey, intern Sheena, don't you worry about it. Everything is chaos right now with the Markiplier waves. I'm just glad you made it. So I'm basically cooked. I mean, yeah, Tarantula, you're like 90% cooked. You can't really live well long without sleep. Once you are unable to sleep, I think the longest anyone is gone. Oh, now I can't remember off the top of my head. Either way, you cannot live long without sleep. And so you are in dire trouble and you need to get that fixed ASAP. Is this a Q&A stream? Intern Corte, yes it is. I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And even though I'm currently in the field, I am for 4 more minutes answering questions about the Foundation for you, the Foundation staff members. Taco, thank you for clarifying that 11 days without sleep is the max. That's right. I remembered that from Markiplier's No Sleep movie series. And yes, I do remember that. Okay. What? A Dr. Sherman live? Yes, Digital Ember. You must be new to the streams. We have been streaming every single day for almost 9 months. The streak remains strong. Today is the 11th, I believe, and our anniversary day is the 14th. So 9 months is coming up, people. The streak remains strong. Oh, but we never know what time of day stream is going to be. That's very sporadic. So make sure you hit the bell on YouTube so you get notified when we go live. Or make sure that if you are in the Site 42 Discord server, which requires you to be 18 plus because SCP is an adult community with a lot of overt sexuality and graphic violence. So you need to be an adult to join the SCP Wiki, and you need to be an adult to join the Discord server. With that being the case, the Discord server does have a live alert role that you can get pinged on Discord at the start of every stream. Dr. Sherman, do you know what SCP-4006 is? Yes, intern Phil, I am familiar with hashtag Massachusetts. The fact that SCP-4006, the state of Massachusetts, doesn't exist. It is an anomaly. No one lives in Massachusetts. It's all made up. This is actually my first stream, though. Ortis says you don't sound corpus. Explain? Well, I mean, I haven't felt very corpus in a while, but you can tell Ortis not to worry about that. I am in the server, but it doesn't load any chats in. Am I too young then? Intern Ice Stick, what it means is that you haven't read the rules. Because if you read the rules, you would know why that's happening. It's part of the mystery. You've got to find the Discord server link because we hide it. Then you have to do the proper thing. It's just like the SCP Wiki. There's ways to make sure we weed out anybody who's super lazy and just coming in to troll. You got to be dedicated to the cause to join. You have to read the rules and know what's up. Well, I'm very new to this, but one question. If you break a part of SCP-3008, what will happen? We just fall into another IKEA. So we do know the answer to that, Digital Ember. It's in the document for 3008. If you are outside the infinite IKEA, if you're just standing outside of what looks like a normal IKEA, you cannot get into the infinite IKEA dimension through any other means than the singular entrance door. If you break into a wall or you go through any other door, you just end up in the standard IKEA building. The only door is the main door that brings you into the infinite IKEA instead. Furthermore, if you are inside the infinite IKEA, breaking any wall that seems like an exterior wall just leads to more infinite IKEA. Because again, the only way in or out is that singular door. Refreshing the chat. Clear there. Yeah, I joined without knowing I had to be 18, read the rules like a good little thing and say I had to be 18, so I just left. Well, Rar Caution, at least you were honest. And when you are 18 and ready to join, you will be ready to join because you know the rules and you're following them, which is a good sign. Drift Spawn, thank you for donating again to clarify that you did mean Dr. Clef. He's like a toddler in a man body. Well, I mean, an emotionally stunted man-child, I will admit, but he's a little better than that, not a lot better. And Site 42 staff, that brings us to the end of stream. We have reached the end of stream, 45 minutes today. And so, as always, at the end of stream, I tell you my favorite SCPs. Now, I'm not going to tell you that my favorite SCPs are the ones I personally wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're there, you could go one tab over and see some links. Some links that people are always asking about, but they just never seem to find them. It's very sad for them. But you guys, Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename Signal Boosters, you would never miss those links. You're too good, you're too smart, you're too determined. And so while you're at those links, you could become a Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You could do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Either way, we appreciate your financial donations to Site 42. It's the quickest way to keep the lights on for me and the team, so we appreciate you greatly. And if you are part of the Broke Gang, which, trust me, we're an arts community, we know about Broke Gang. Starving artists are a thing for a reason. We know this. But you are still highly valuable to the Site 42 community when you join the engagement team, when you join Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename Signal Boosters, by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, chatting, not just on our stuff, but on the stuff of SCP content creators that we support. SCP animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, as well as the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists as well. We thank you for your service in helping to boost the SCP community. Man-made art, no AI, great stories, some of the biggest creative project, what's the word I'm looking for? Community project, possibly the largest collaborative project in all of history. I'm just saying, it's pretty dope. So, thank you so much, Mobile Task Force Site 42, for your service. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, Content warning on the last one. It's a rough read. Site 42 staff, this has been Dr. Theron Sherman. This has been another Field Mission with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Ooh. Don't worry, be happy. The credit song is Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff. And as always, secure, contain, protect.